Hey guys, welcome back. So, continuing the trigeminal nerve part 2, mandibular nerve. In the previous video, we have already learned about ophthalmic nerve and maxillary nerve in detail about their course, action and supplies. So, in this video, we'll be learning about mandibular nerve in detail. Similarly, their course, action and their supplies of various branches. So, let's move ahead. So as we have seen before, the mandibular nerve, it consists of sensory root and motor root. Sensory root which comes from the sublinar ganglion, whereas motor root it emerges from the pons and medulla oblongata straight away beneath the ganglion, and it exits the skull through the foramen ovale along with the sensory root. Now seeing the flow chart, just imagine out of the foramen ovale, this large sensory root and the small motor root, they exit the skull. After exiting the skull, these two root, that is sensory root and motor root, they fuse together, and from here onwards the mandibular nerve turns out to be a mixed nerve. So this fused trunk or undivided trunk, it further gets divided into two main root, that is small anterior branch and large posterior branch. So this is small anterior branch and large posterior branch. But before dividing into anterior and posterior branches, this main trunk, it gives out two branches. First is nervus spinosus and second is nerve to medial pterygoid muscle. So this nervus spinosus, it supplies the dura mater, and this nerve to medial pterygoid, as the name suggests, it supplies medial pterygoid muscle. So we'll be seeing about the anterior and posterior branches sub-branch. So this small anterior branch, it gets further divided into four branches, that is nerve to masseter which supplies masseter muscle, then nerve to lateral pterygoid, nerve to temporalis and buccal nerve. Whereas this large posterior branch, it gets again subdivided into auriculotemporal nerve, lingual nerve, inferior alveolar nerve, incisive nerve, mylohyoid nerve and mental nerve. So observing this, we can say and remember that all the muscles of mastication except medial pterygoid is being supplied by the small anterior branch. So we'll be seeing about small anterior branch, its course in detail. So this small anterior branch, it travels over the inner surface of the mandible, and while traveling forwards and downwards, it gives off one branch to the lateral pterygoid muscle. From there it travels downwards and forwards, and while traveling downwards and forward direction, it gives one branch to the temporalis muscle over the coronoid process. We all know that temporalis muscle is attached over the coronoid process. From there, after giving a branch to temporalis muscle, it further travels downwards and forwards direction, and it emerges over the anterior border of the ramus of the mandible. Now concentrate on the next figure. So after coming up over the anterior border of the ramus, it supplies masseter muscle. We all know that masseter is inserted over the ramus of the mandible. So after giving up one branch to the masseter muscle, it further continues to supply the buccal gingiva of mandibular molars and its mucobuccal fold. So this nerve is called as buccal nerve. So this is an entire course of the anterior branch, in which we have buccal nerve, then nerve to lateral pterygoid, nerve to temporalis and nerve to masseter. So buccal nerve and the three muscles of mastication except medial pterygoid falls under anterior branch. Moving on to posterior branch, we'll be focusing on lingual nerve first. So as we can see in the figure, lingual nerve, it is anterior and medial to inferior alveolar nerve, and its direction is downwards and forwards. This lingual nerve, it runs downwards and in forward direction deep to the pterygomandibular raphe beneath the floor of the mouth, and it travels till the anterior two-thirds of the tongue, supplying the entire mucosa floor of the mouth along with the lingual gingiva of the mandible. So this is an entire course of the lingual nerve. In short, it supplies again the anterior two-thirds of the tongue. In case of general sensation, it supplies mucosa of floor of the mouth, and also while supplying the mucosa of the floor of the mouth, it also supplies the lingual gingiva of the mandible. So moving on to learn inferior alveolar nerve, mental nerve and incisive nerve. So this inferior alveolar nerve, it travels in downwards and forwards direction and it enters the mandibular foramen. But before entering mandibular foramen, it gives off one branch which travels downwards, and that branch is called as nerve to mylohyoid, which supplies mylohyoid muscles. After supplying the mylohyoid muscle and after giving off one branch, that is nerve to mylohyoid, this inferior alveolar nerve, it enters the mandibular canal through the mandibular foramen. Similarly, we can imagine a nerve on this side also. Now just imagine that the inferior alveolar nerve has entered the canal, and after entering the canal, it comes out from the mandibular foramen in the form of mental nerve. After coming out of the mandibular foramen, this mental nerve, it supplies skin of the chin and skin of the lower lip. Similarly, there is one branch which continues through the canal and it supplies the mandibular anteriors. That is called as an incisive nerve. So we'll revise once more. This inferior alveolar nerve, it travels in downward direction to enter the mandibular canal through mandibular foramen. But before entering into the mandibular canal, it gives off one branch which is nerve to mylohyoid and it supplies mylohyoid muscle. After giving off this nerve to mylohyoid branch, this inferior alveolar nerve, it enters the mandibular canal. After entering the mandibular canal, the one branch comes out of the mental foramen in the form of mental nerve, whereas another branch continues through the canal and supplies the mandibular anteriors, which is called as an incisive nerve. So concentrate on the flow chart. So inferior alveolar nerve, it has two branches. First is mental nerve, which exits through the mental foramen, and second is incisive nerve, which continues into the canal and moves anteriorly to supply the mandibular anteriors. So through flowchart, it's clear that mandibular nerve exits the foramen, whereas incisive nerve stays within the canal and continues forward. Now this is the table showing nerves and their supplies. So we'll learn all the nerves and their supplies. First, we know that undivided trunk, that before dividing into anterior and posterior division, the fused branch, that is undivided trunk, gives off two branches, that is nervus spinosus, which supplies dura mater, whereas nerve to medial pterygoid, which supplies medial pterygoid muscle. Then it gets split into anterior division and posterior division, whereas anterior division, it gives off branches to three muscles of mastication except medial pterygoid, which emerges from undivided trunk. So remaining three muscles of mastication are lateral pterygoid muscle, which is supplied by nerve to lateral pterygoid, temporalis muscle, which is supplied by nerve to temporalis, and masseter muscle, which is supplied by nerve to masseter. Easy to remember. And last is buccal nerve, which supplies buccal gingiva of mandibular molars, retromolar triangle and mucobuccal fold. Moving on to posterior division, we have auriculotemporal nerve, which supplies parotid gland, then skin over the tragus and helix of the ear, tympanic membrane, posterior articular portion of temporomandibular joint, and skin over the temporal region. So as its name suggests, it is more concerned with respect to ear, then temporal area, temporomandibular joint and parotid gland. Next we have lingual nerve, which supplies anterior two-thirds of the tongue, then mucosa of the floor of the mouth along with the lingual gingiva of mandible. Then followed by a nerve of mylohyoid, which supplies mylohyoid muscle as the name suggests. Then inferior alveolar nerve, which supplies the dental plexus to the posterior teeth. So inferior alveolar nerve, whenever it passes through the mandibular canal and before exiting from the mental foramen, it provides dental plexus to the posterior teeth, that is mandibular molars. So on exiting from the mental foramen, it gives off mental nerve which supplies skin of the chin and mucous membrane of the lower lip. And there is a branch which continues through the canal, which is incisive nerve, which supplies dental plexus and innervates mandibular premolars to mandibular incisors. So let's revise once all the branches. So this large sensory root and small motor root, they exit the skull from foramen oval. Upon exiting the skull, they fuse together, and upon fusing they give two branches, that is nervus spinosus, which again travels back into the skull through foramen spinosum and it supplies dura mater, whereas another branch is nerve to medial pterygoid which supplies medial pterygoid muscle. Then after giving off these two branches, this undivided trunk, it splits off into small anterior branch and large posterior branch. Now this anterior and posterior branch has further sub branches. So small anterior branch, it has been divided into four sub branches, that is nerve to masseter, lateral pterygoid and temporalis. That is all the three muscles of mastication except medial pterygoid, and the fourth nerve is buccal nerve. Whereas the large posterior branch, it is divided into auriculotemporal nerve, then by sequence if we go lingual nerve, then inferior alveolar nerve, then inferior alveolar nerve. Before entering the canal it gives nerve to mylohyoid, then on entering into the mandibular canal, inferior alveolar nerve, it exits the mental foramen as mental nerve, and the branch which continues is incisive nerve. So large posterior branch has auriculotemporal, lingual, inferior alveolar nerve, mylohyoid nerve, mental nerve and incisive nerve. Hope that's clear and hope you liked the video. If you have liked the video, please like, share and subscribe my channel Akshay Bhandari's Dental Videos. We'll be back soon with more such content. Thank you so much.